All right, welcome, welcome. If you are new here, I am so glad you came and I hope you find this to be a great use of your time. If you've been here before, it's always great to see everybody's face. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more videos on legal technology talk. So we're starting kind of a cool month talking about what your firm could be doing and what it could be missing and really showing the automations that could drive your firm. So I am going to turn it over to Beth.
Okay, so today we're going to do a walkthrough of the PCM. Now, the walkthrough itself is going to start and focus on someone calling into your office and
Beth, do you
answering
want to
that phone.
clarify what PCM is?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. PCM is our prospective client management. It is our overlay in Lawmatics. So it really does showcase all of the things that Lawmatics can do and can take those mundane tasks off of everybody. And then at the end, if John reminds me, I will show you what you can do with all that spare time that you've now gained by having a computer do what a computer can do and a human do what only a human can do. So let's go ahead and start. And we're going to walk through like John just called into the office and I answered the phone. And you all know, so first of all, you all know I am not client services. I am not the person to be answering your phone. You do not want me answering your phone. I am much too direct. Just this morning, I sent John a Teams email and said, call me. And he called me and said, "You're bossy." I'm like, "Well, I didn't feel like typing out. Would you please give me a call so we can discuss this?" Like, I'm not that person. I'm just gonna say, "Call me." So you don't want me answering your phone. That's kind of how I am. Um, but in that, when somebody was in the bathroom and I needed to answer the phone, I don't know, but I answered the phone. So, hello, how can I help you?
Yeah, I am just looking at getting some estate planning done. Do you guys do that?
Yes, we do.
All right.
Can I ask you how you heard about us?
Yeah, I actually saw you just on Facebook.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so let's start out by getting some information. We can absolutely help you with estate planning. Let's just get from information from you to determine how we can best meet your needs. Are you calling for yourself or someone else?
Just about me and my spouse.
Okay, so can I get your name?
Yeah, James, James,
Mhm.
Carhill,
And how do you spell that?
Hill after the car.
And how would you like us to communicate you? We can preferably as email. We can also send you text messages, but
No, email's fine.
perfect. And can I get your email address?
Yeah, it's just my first last name, the number 6 at Gmail.
Okay. And can I get your phone number?
Yeah, 406 814 5458.
Perfect. And your address.
1589 Billings Avenue. And that's
And
Helena
okay,
59601.
perfect. And you said you are married?
Yes.
Okay. Can I get your spouse's name?
Yeah, Judy, same last name.
And does she have an email address?
Yeah, it's Judy Huser 1973 at Gmail.
Perfect. Do we want to include her in our email conversations?
No, no,
Okay.
she doesn't. No.
Okay. Do you have a financial advisor?
Yes.
And who is that?
Andrew Estes.
Perfect. We've worked with him before. So we have two options for our estate planning clients. Option one is attendance in one of our educational estate planning workshops. These workshops allow us to teach you important estate planning information. And when you attend a workshop, we waive the fee for a 60-minute consultation. Option two is to schedule a consultation with one of our estate planning attorneys. We do require a $150 consultation fee for this appointment. Can I register you for a workshop?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we have three of them that are on our schedule. We have one on the 10th at 6 p.m.
Let's just go as soon as possible.
Okay, then we'll do the one on the 10th at 6 p.m., and that's at the Community Church of Helena. And okay. All righty. And after you attend that workshop, you'll be given the opportunity to schedule that consultation.
Perfect.
So I got you all set. You'll be receiving a confirmation email for that workshop, and that'll have all the information to get you there and get you in the door. We look forward to seeing you.
All right, great.
Okay, so now at this point, that's it. I'm not client services. I'm not that person, but this told me exactly what to say all the way through. It gave me all of my things that I needed to say. If I were going to then finalize, I would just put in here, registered for the 910 workshop. And this current update is really just to be able to pull a report and see where everybody's at, and see what's going on with the client. And then my intake outcome would be workshop registered. But now we're going to go back and we're going to say that John said no to a workshop. And we're going to go back and say that he wants to just schedule a consultation. Okay. So, yep, he wants to schedule his consultation. So, I'll put there, we require the consultation fee of 150 to be paid prior to the consultation. You can choose to pay it now, or I can send you a link to pay the invoice. Would you like to pay it now or receive the link in an email?
Just send me a link.
Okay. So when I do this, it records it in there and does its thing, and then I can go and schedule that consultation. Now, uh, I have September 30th available at 1 or at 2:30.
1 o'clock.
Okay, I'll put you in there at 1 o'clock. We got you all set. We look forward to meeting you. You will receive a confirmation email in the next few minutes with information about your consultation. It will include a link to fill out to our confidential client questionnaire. We ask that you complete that in at least 3 days prior to your appointment. And you'll also receive the invoice and payment link for the consultation fee. Please pay that as soon as possible to lock in that scheduled consultation. And feel free to contact us with any questions. Is that all I can do for you today?
Yep, you're good. Thank you.
And then at that point, I schedule, they're done. Now, before I do that, I want to come back here and show you what happens if I say pay now. If I say pay now, I get instructions here, go to the last page and take payment, return to the second page to schedule the consultation. Fortunately, I can't make it move pages for you automatically, but we can then go right to the last page, and here is the payment link. So I can go in there, I can take that payment over the phone with a card or with a bank account. It gives all that information. And then I'll go back to the second page and schedule that consultation. But we're not going to do that. With this one, we're going to go ahead and send that invoice link, but know that that ability is there. So now I'm going to send the invoice. I am going to make sure that is set for 1 o'clock. And go to next. I'm going to say, yep, we scheduled a consultation. I'm going to submit this. Now, when I submit this, Lawmatics is going to do several things. It's going to give me my confirmation. This is where this is happening. But in Lawmatics itself, it's going to go in here and create this matter. So it's going to create the contact. It's created James Carhill. It is created his matter. Judy's information is in there. Andrew's information is in there. I know who his financial advisor is. Sorry, let me go down here. And it is sending this, it's sending a confirmation email, and it's created all these folders automatically in his files. So now I have a complete set of folders along with the PDF of the fields that I filled in. It ran a conflict check. Sorry, I got myself out of order here. So it sent an SMS, which that's not a real phone number, so it didn't go anywhere. It uploaded that file. It's running this automation of consultation scheduled. It's running the consultation invoice. It ran the conflict check. It told me that both conflicts were approved. Now these automations have a delay built into them, but we're going to go ahead and kick them through right away and skip that delay and pop those through. So now anytime that you have an automation in here and the automation is running, you can go to this little hamburger menu and you can see what it's doing. So right here, it put the date in that they scheduled the consultation. This is for tracking, so you can know how many consultations client service scheduled that day. And it moved it to scheduled. It moved the stage to consultation. It changed the owner to me. And it sent this email to James Carhill. So if I go to my email, oh, look at there. I have an email. And this email is from here. It gives him all of the information. And I can click here to complete the information form. I click there, or they click there, and it goes right into Decision Vault because we have Decision Vault linked with this. They can then enter that in. Now, what this does, take a little side train. What this does is the when they fill it out, it'll automatically let Decision Vault know, or I'm sorry, let Lawmatics know that that was completed, and that'll be recorded in the matter. And we'll come back to that thought in a minute. So in the matter, it did all that stuff, and then the invoice. John, can you go take care of that for me? It didn't want to create that invoice and send it off to me, but I can look at this and see what all it checked in the conflict check. So it created with the spouse's full name, and that was approved, and it also checked just the last name, and that was approved. So we have no Janice or Judy Carhill in here at all as well. So all of this is going on. Now, if I go over to the calendar and I look, here is his appointment on the calendar. This is here. If I went into his calendar in Gmail, it would also have this information on that calendar in Gmail as well. And so now that's all already set up. If he had gone through and we'd gone through the workshop consultation, I'm sorry, the workshop path instead of the consultation path, it would have sent him a confirmation of the workshop along with reminders for that. So it's going to go ahead and it's going to take care of all of the confirmations, the invoicing, the reminders for them to attend, and all of those things in a time frame. So let me go back to this matter now, because I was out of there. And it then went through and it also sent that invoice. So this got sent, sorry, go back to here. Here is the invoice that was sent. So now this invoice is attached to this email. They can click on this email. With LM Pay, you would have a pay link on here. They can pay it directly here. That, of course, goes directly into Lawmatics, directly through to your QuickBooks, and it tells you that it has been paid in the matter. So in the matter itself, we can then see that that invoice is paid if we'd gone through and pay it. We do not have LM Pay hooked up to our demo system, so I can't completely show you that. But in that case, that is all coming through there. I also got a notification in my email. Let me open this up because I have it set this way. So I got an email in here that a new matter was created, and here's information with it and a link directly to the matter. So that's coming into my email. I can keep track of that if I am if I'm a director of operations or I am over the intake team or whatever else, I can get these emails. I would suggest you funnel them all to a folder so that you can look at them when they choose and they don't clutter your email box. But that way you have all of this information in there. Okay, so we've done that, and it's also sent out this. I'm sorry. Let me just fast forward and let's pretend that it is 3 days before his appointment. So his appointment is on the 30th, and we're going to say that it's the 3 days before that. So now he hasn't submitted his personal information form. So because of that, he is going to receive this email. And sorry, that's the wrong email, John. The personal information form reminder email should come through to him. And
Yeah.
that, if we click on this, this will show you this email right here that was delivered. It says, "Hello, James, just dropping in to remind you your consultation with Beth is scheduled at this time. We've not received your information form as of today. This will facilitate a productive meeting and allow us to focus on how we can meet your needs. You can click here to complete your information form." So they can click there and it will take them into this. And you can make those really as direct as you want. You can then say, hey, if we don't have it by tomorrow, we need to move your consultation. You can drive all of that stuff directly with all of this automation. And then here it is. And yep. So here's his reminder that he got that we don't have that yet. So that takes care of that. So now in my email, I then get a form, and that form is a consultation form for our PCM, and when I need to get it before that meeting. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. So this is the form that I get in my email 10 minutes before the consultation happens. It pulls up, it has all of his information in it. We can add other information in there if we wanted to. And I go through and I have this meeting for them. And then it'll ask me what my consultation outcome is. So this is very important because this is the communication back to the team and to everyone else. So in this, I'm going to say, I want to send an agreement, and this is going to be a flat fee, and I'm going to do an RLT couple plan, and I can put my file note in here. So this is directly going in there as the host of that meeting. And I can say, I met with James and Judy, and they decided to go with an RLT couple plan. And I can put any other stuff in there, make a long file note, whatever, and I will submit that form. That's all I need to do. Now I'm going to, in the matter itself, now it created this note. It filled in this form. I have a record of it. I could open this up and see what I put in that form. I can, it created this note. and put that right in. So this is right here in the file notes, already done. And it, sorry, it's doing things without me running. It uploaded a PDF directly into the files of that. So now I have a PDF record of that in the file. And the consultation outcome automation is running, and the send agreement is running because I chose to send an agreement. And it changed the stage to fee agreement sent. So if we go up here and we look in these stages, it's all the way over here at fee agreement sent. We sent that fee agreement out. And here is the e-signature that was sent out. And here is the PDF of the unsigned agreement. And here is this email that was sent to Mr. James. So I can go back here, and here is what he receives for this email. I'm going to pretend to be James right now, and I'm going to agree to sign this agreement. And it goes down through, and it's chosen a revocable living trust plan. This outlines what they want, the cost of the plan, everything else. I can click to sign. If I would spell his name correctly, that would work. So we want to sign that, and then the date that we sign that, save that, and off it goes. And then here is for my signature in there. So there we go. It's all ready to submit. I can submit that. Now I jumped through that a little bit because I probably should have shown you this first. But let's go in here to documents and forms and go into e-signatures. And in that e-signature, right here, you will see James Carhill, and you'll see it's partially submitted. So I can look at this and I can see James signed it and I did not, but it'll tell me when the last time they viewed it, when they submitted it. If I need to resend it to me, I can. I also got these emails in my inbox that James viewed it, and then also that James signed it. So I know all of this is going on. And then I also have this email that I need to sign it. And here I can view and sign it from mine, because now I am my own self. I can go down here and sign my own name. And of course, today's date. And now that is completed. I am submitting that back in. In the matter itself, it will update all of this and show us that right here. So it's taking a minute to run it through. I signed them too quick. I got a little ahead of it. But if I go back here to our documents and I look at this now, I can see that this one is completed. Those signatures are done. Here's when it was created, viewed, submitted. You can see all of this information in there. So in the matter itself, when it comes back in, if I go into the files, it'll have the signed agreement. So this is the complete signed agreement is now in there as the engagement agreement, and I have that information in there. That has gone and done everything all the way through. Now, what do I need to do with this person? Because now he's signed. Now I need to convert this matter, get it over into the process of doing his documents and all of the things that we know how to do in the back. But in that, we've taken him all the way through, and we've done, myself as a person, haven't sent an email manually, haven't created a document and sent it manually, haven't typed an email manually, haven't needed to go to my task and see if I need to send an email or not. Like, it is all coming and being done for me. So that is a complete automated process all the way through up to engagement. And that's how it should be working for you. Now, let's go back and let's talk about what if he has another option and he says something different. Um, So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to open this intake form back again. Um, and I'm going to just pop back in here and like I'm still on the phone with James. And I come down here and he says, no, I don't want to go to a workshop. No, I'm not really interested. I'm going to think about this and talk to my wife. Great. Now here, I'm not going to say that, but the intake outcome, I'm going to say we're going to follow up. And we're going to follow up to schedule a consultation or register for a workshop. And I can make a note in there of whatever I need. He needs to talk to his wife, whatever else. And I put him in follow up. And when I submit this, um, first you have to make sure everything else is filled in. Sorry. And when I submit this, then it's going to run its own automation in Lawmatics. Again, it's going to put, of course, another file in there. It's going to run that automation. It's going to put him into follow-up. It's going to do what he needs to do. And at the end of that follow-up process, so after he goes through, and in that follow-up process, by the way, PCM has it set up so it'll send him 4 emails with links to schedule a consultation or to register for a workshop, one of the two. He can go in there and make those determinations. He schedules a workshop. It's going to automatically send him a link to pay. It's going to do everything it did if I had scheduled it on the phone with him. All of that happens exactly the same way. What is going to happen at the end of that, it's going to send him 4 of those over the next 3 weeks. If he doesn't answer any of those, it's going to wait another 7 days. So it's going to wait right around 28 days total. And then it's going to say, okay, he didn't respond. He is going to go into one of the stages that is no response after intake. So we know that this guy contacted us. We followed up with him. We did all of that stuff, but he's not, he didn't respond. So when we do that for him, when he ends up in that spot, let me just start this first. If he does call you and say, you know what, we're not interested, it's as simple as opening the lost form and saying, not interested after intake. He didn't come to a workshop. He didn't do anything. And that's it. He says he's not interested. That simple. In the matter itself, it will then move him to lost and put him in the lost stages that he's not interested in. He's not going to show up where he needs to show up. So when all of that happens, sorry, yep, that automation is running. This automation ran here, the lost. It was changed to not interested after initial contact. Lost, not interested. This changed just to gray. He's now on a list of people that just told us a solid no. They don't go there unless they told you a solid no. If they didn't tell you a solid no, they would go into one of these, which is a no response. And then this is what we were talking about in the beginning. And this morning, all of you that know Molly McGrath and the law firm admin bootcamp, she talks about dialing for dollars and the ability to do a dialing for dollars. So what that is if you need to fill your calendar, you don't have as many people registered for a workshop as you'd like. You don't have people that have come to a workshop but didn't schedule into a consultation, that you can then be able to do a report like this. This completely facilitates this report. And this is, if I need to fill my workshop, I can pull in my dialing for dollars from intake. And now I can have this report. And this has everybody who contacted us, but did not attend a workshop, did not come to a consultation. And this is how many days it's been since we last contacted them. And all I need to do is go into this matter. This is our test system, so a lot of these are really empty. And I can log my activity and say I made a phone call and called and left a message and add that interaction. And now when I go to this report, um, then that person, their days since last contact is now down to 0 because I contacted them today. So this will help you keep track of that. So when you need to fill a workshop, as Molly says, you're dialing for dollars. You need to fill a workshop. You can come in here, grab this, see if you want to look at people that you haven't contacted in the last 90 days, and grab that list and start calling these people and offering to get them into a workshop. That's how easy that can be for you. You don't need to keep a list somewhere. You don't need to remember to update that list. This just does it automatically. And you can put filters on here for your days since last contact and look at certain things so you're not contacting people all the time. Now, if I called, let's say I called Ellie Stark and I called her and she said, I'm not really interested. I won't ever be doing that. We can do the same thing with her. We would then fill a lost and form for her, fill that in, and that she's not interested after intake. Um, Called her, and she is absolutely not interested. That's it. Now I submit that. Now in her matter, she will then be moved from the no response to the not interested. And when that happens, then she's not on that list to call anymore. You're not going to be accidentally calling people that have told you no. So it is a very good way to organize that and keep it organized, and nobody accidentally calls somebody that doesn't want to be called. Okay, John, do you have anything to add to that?
Just two things. The one with the dialing for dollars,
Yes.
it's really, really cool. Because another thing is if you just have a low conversion rate from intake, the initial call, to workshop or consultation, these dialing for dollars can absolutely boost that number. You're going to catch people that maybe just didn't want to respond to an email, they didn't feel ready, but now you just caught them and they are ready. So that is a huge way to increase the client service coordinator's KPIs and conversion rates by simply calling these people and literally dialing for dollars. And through this system, it can also generate reports. How is your dialing for dollars initiative going today,
Right.
in the last 7 days, in the last 30 days, in the last 5 years? You can really look at your dialing for dollars initiatives. I think that's
Yeah.
really cool. It's effective. Um, and yeah, if you got Molly's email, I would encourage you to sign up for that sprint she sent out. If you don't know about it, simply go to, you can go to lawfirmadminbootcamp.com, or you can go to hiring and empowering solutions and just set up a quick intro call that she has on there to talk about the dialing for dollars sprint that she has. So that's really cool. That's weird it's not going, but it is lawfirmadminbootcamp.com. Also, sending out emails, something we've learned that we absolutely tied into this system. And here it is. Um, this one has the transformation, but I'm assuming there's a contact us where you can ask about the sprint that she just emailed out. I think it's a 5-week sprint on dialing for dollars.
Yep.
But when you send out emails, times are changing, and we want to adapt with those in what we're giving to our clients and what we're recommending. And one is emails are fine and a lot of times necessary to communicate information. It is shifting to text though. Even in here, a lot of the documents can be sent through text. They can open those engagement agreements. They can open their invoices and pay directly from a text message. This Lawmatics automation systems are set up for that. Um, Email open rates are anywhere from 21 to maybe 30% open rates. It's just dropping and dropping because of the spam. Even though texts are getting a lot of spam, like your UPS box failed, send us $10,000 and it's, a spam. It still has about a 91 to 93% open rate on text. That is astronomical in difference of what is being viewed by your potential clients or your current clients versus sending an email. So, is what we've done to adapt to that is we just send them both together now. If they do email, they're going to get a text. If they don't want to look at the text, it's fine. They can glance at it and go to their email that they got that email. That's fine. But we've combined them just to boost your conversion rates and bottom line success rates. Um, I think those were the only 2 points that really stood out to me. The follow up is absolutely key and built in. And Beth, if you'll go to our website and pull up the case studies calculator, this is
Sure.
really big. So even if you're not using Lawmatics and you're here today or you're watching online, this is showing what your system is missing, most likely, and what a true modern law firm looks like. Because everything we do is first and foremost to boost client experience. And then everything behind the scenes we do for the team cannot compromise client experience. Um, and that's where all these automations of emails, text, reminders, even down to an hour before the appointment, they get a text saying, hey, your appointment's coming up. Here's the address or here's the Zoom link. So they can get in their car. They don't have to go look for that email. They just click the address and drive to your office. And it might even say, if it's a sign meeting, don't forget to bring a form of ID for the notary or something. It can have that little checklist before they even leave their house or hop on a Zoom. Um, if you are doing it manually, I promise you're wasting time. And that is because our philosophy is let a robot do what a robot can do, and a human do what only a human can do. And this is not to encourage putting your job in jeopardy. This is to realign your job and your role, whatever it may be, into a more modern law firm, which is client facing, client experience, and doing things only a human can do. Um, which usually gets thrown to the wayside because so much time is spent on data entry, sending emails. And that's where this case studies calculator comes in. Go on our website, go up to services on the top menu, and we have a couple things on there, calculators and whatnot. You have to go to the homepage to see it. Yeah. And calculators we developed. And then there's the automations case studies, is what this is going to do. It's just a um, calculator that you fill out, and it's going to tell you this one's specifically for client service coordinators. We plan to release some more in the future for other areas in the law firm, but we just did it for client service coordinators right now. And it just dives into 3 points. And I believe it's sending and getting back your personal information forms before a consultation, preparing for your day, and follow-ups. It's going to analyze those 3 areas with some questions to you and tell you how much time you can save from actually doing those things to letting an automated system do it for you. And you're going to be shocked by the number. Um, I did a very conservative one and it saved about, I think it was like 3.9 months of work time or of work days by not doing that, that now I'm freed up to be creative with marketing, to go out and teach workshops, to go out and dial for dollars out in the community, brand awareness, all of that that really only a human can do. Um, do you have anything to add to that, Beth? because you
No,
want to talk
at
about
yep,
what you're going to do with the time saved.
right. So all of the when you do this and you see how much it's saving you, and your system is automating all those processes and sending those emails and text messages and reminders and follow-ups and all that stuff. It's doing all that for you. It frees up time in your day. That isn't your job going away. That is freeing up time in your day. So when you free up time in your day, now you can go in, you can run your dialing for dollars report, you can start calling these people. You can make sure your uh calendars are full. Like you can look at that. You can start diving into your reporting and saying, okay, our reporting says this. What does this mean? Like it gives you time to do the things that you need to do, but you don't have time to do right now because you're sending 5 confirmation emails and reminder emails, and I have 50 people to follow up with, and all of this stuff that you're trying to do, which is all necessary, but everything else starts to get pushed to the wayside. So that's what we're trying to do for you.
Yep. And if you're a client service coordinator, I'm going to speak to you directly. You know what it's like to drown at your desk. Um, and I heard it in a song the other day that says, I'm drowning with my feet on the ground. And that's how a lot of just staff in a law firm feel. But I'm going to really put that on a client service coordinator because it just can be overwhelming. Um, and this type of automation is what's going to help you stay afloat and not only float, but start swimming. And you're going to start making progress and you're going to start moving forward. You're going to see your conversion numbers improve. And I'm going to talk to everybody in a law firm. You're going to see your numbers improve with conversions. You're just going to see you don't dread going to work like you used to. You're going to walk in and it's not that just gut wrenching. Oh my gosh, I can't even think about what I'm going to do because I'm already drowning before I walk in the door. And that's a horrible, horrible way to spend your 40 hours of your 7 days every week. It's depressing, it's demoralizing, and the automation is really what's going to get you back afloat. There's a lot of AI tools now that we're starting to work with to integrate, to start doing some back end heavy lifting as well. Um, that are just really, really cool tools because, again, let the robot do what the robot does so you can do what you do. And a job is not supposed to kill a human, it's supposed to give purpose and make you really feel like you're achieving something great that you believe in. And I think you can have that feeling back. That's all I have, Beth.
Okay. All right. Do
Are
we
we
want to
ready?
move into Q&A?
All right, let me hit stop.